Hello, everyone. Welcome to Claude and the Banstas. We've got a very special guest with us tonight, making his debut on Claude and the Banstas, and we're really glad to have him here. It's Turkish. Turkish, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well.
I'm good, Terry. I'm good. Yeah, like I said before, I'm well until we start talking about the Arsenal. But for now, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
No, we're really grateful, mate. Also with us is the legend Claudiola. How you doing, mate?
No legend, no legend. Please don't keep calling me that, man. No legend, no legend.
Diesel will be joining us. He's running 5 minutes late, but he will jump on as soon as he can. So if you see someone just waving in the background or anything like that, it's Diesel, and he's going to be jumping on. So let's get straight to it, boys. First of all, Turkish, thanks for coming on, mate. We really appreciate it. What's your feelings on how it's going at the moment?
How it's going? Is it going, Terry? I don't know if it's going. I expected it. You know, I expected it. I didn't expect it to be this bad, but I didn't expect anything from this season. Being in 15th, it's horrible. You know, in my life, I haven't seen much worse. So the feeling is frustration again, dejection again, anger again, sadness again at what we've become. You know, that's just off the top of my head, though.
Leipzig are going to go up.
Yeah, Leipzig have just gone ahead 1-0 already in the first. I think it's the first minute against Man United. Yeah. So we just want to give that out. Sorry, Turkish, to butting there, mate.
Do you know why that might work against us? Sorry. But you know, that might work against us because Leipzig and Szoboszlai and he might potentially go there, Champions League.
Oh yeah, that's a fault. Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So
I don't think that matters. I think we'll offer more money, and I think he'll come up. It's all about money, Turkish. I don't believe we'll let this. Otherwise, how we get that with Partey? If he would have wanted Champions League, he would have gone to another. Yeah, I think it's about money, mate. Now I don't think it's solely about Champions League, mate.
No, you're right. You're right. I tend to agree. I think you'll only get a rare player here and there that might go for something other than money.
And the trouble is, when they just come for money, then have they got that? Are they just here for the money, or have they got the ambition to win things? And that's where I question their ambition. See, I have to question. Don't be talking about our club at the moment. When Aubameyang signed that contract, yeah. Did he sign it because he's comfortable to just pick up the money?
Yeah.
Knowing the club is not really, if you look at it, we're not going anywhere at the moment, are we?
No.
Or is he ambitious that he would have gone to another club and try to win something? That worries me. That's why maybe we're in this state at the moment. But whether you agree with that, Turkish, I don't know. But I mean, that's how I feel.
Yeah, mentality and character at this club is a bigger problem as quality. Now, we all know we lack quality. You know, that goes without saying, but we lack mentality too. We lack character. We lack fight, heart, passion, determination. And you're right. When people care more about money than maybe their own legacy or their own standing or stature at the club, then their heart's not going to be in it as much. Yeah, like it's just natural. When you care about the club you pay for, when you care about the fans you're playing in front of, when you care about winning stuff, you'll see that attitude on the pitch. And I don't think we've got winners on that pitch. Not many at least.
No, I totally agree with
that. I mean, have you noticed the body language, though, of some of these our players, though? It's like they're not interested at the moment. I mean, Aubameyang's body language, it looks like he's not interested at the moment. Something's not right. It's like, I don't know what it is. There's something not right inside the club as well, I think. Maybe it's the Ozil situation. I don't know whether that's because of the Ozil situation, whether a lot of the players are unhappy the way Ozil's been treated. I don't know. This could cause a divide.
All I know is that these players have done nothing for us to be able to down tools or think they can be like the Chelsea of old, where if they don't like a manager, they can down tools. Those players at Chelsea won stuff for the fans. The fans, they mean something to them. You know, these players, for us, they don't mean nothing. So if these players think they can down tools because people said they've done it under Emery, and if they're doing it under Arteta, then that's more shame on them. They have some cheek because they are not Hazard, Fabregas, Costa, who won the league at Chelsea. You know, we have no league winners here. We have not even top 4 contender challengers here.
Exactly.
So it is a worry. I don't think Ozil's related, because I think if Oba really cared about Ozil, he would have found out whether that situation is going to be sorted before he signed the contract. But you might be right. Money might be the objective.
Yeah.
Just got a couple of super chats. Sorry, Claude. Rowan saying we need Overmasters director. Get fraud Edu out. And Gio, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. He says, Turkish, I have the same feeling about what Romario said. Arsenal need a leader like Zlatan to turn it around. Claude, do you want Gazidis back?
I saw an earlier program actually that I think the Turkish was on, and I heard him say that we need this is what we're lacking at the football club, and I think he's making a very good point, because you've got, as he said, if you've got a lot of young players like we have, they need leadership around them, and there isn't any leadership around it at the moment. There isn't. You can't. You tell me how many leaders we've got in our team at the moment. Our captain is Aubameyang. He's not a leader, is he?
No,
he's not a captain.
No. The only candidates are the new ones: Tierney, Gabriel, Partey. We can only hope that in the next 2 years, one of them get it and one of them deserve it. I don't see any more aside from them.
Yeah, I think Romano made a good point there about that. Why, when players come here, he said that they don't see a leadership figure in the team, and it makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, don't you remember when Vieira talked about coming to Arsenal, and how Adams was integral to him becoming the next leader? You know, and that's massive for me, because after maybe, we gave it to Henry to try and help him stick around, but I think that's when the captaincy became a bit of a joke. We started giving it to players whether we wanted them to stick around, sign a new contract. It might be their birthday, we give it to him. Hence why we're here now with no captains. We have no specialist leaders. We have no specialist set piece takers, corner takers. We haven't got many specialists in this team, you know, and that goes all the way to leaders. And that's
So you was too young at the time. In '98, it was Blackburn Rovers at home. We were losing to Blackburn Rovers 3-1 to Blackburn, and he called a meeting. Adams called a meeting with all the players. This is the sort of leadership we needed, because it was going wrong. And in the end, they took over. They told Wenger, we got to play like this, because we were getting beat too easily. And after that, we went on to be a very successful side, and we went on to win the league that year. I mean, I think you was a bit too young then, weren't you? Well,
I was 10 years old. I wasn't that young, but yeah.
No. I thought, so that's what I'm saying. But you probably still remember it then.
Yeah. And the thing about that, they used to act like assistant managers in a sense. You know, Tony Adams, Patrick Vieira, even Roy Keane, even down to, let's say, Vincent Kompany or a John Terry at Chelsea. They're used as the middlemen. They're used by the managers to find out the aura of the group, to find out their thoughts, to find out if there's any weaknesses they might not have seen. And the players use that middleman to, you know, maybe push some news onto the board or onto the manager, or push some suggestions. You need that middleman. But when that middleman's Oba, or over the years, as we've seen player after player, you look at Oba and you think, at this time when everything's going wrong at the club, do you see Oba knocking on Arteta's door and saying, we need to talk, we need to sort this mess out? No. But if you ask me, Adams, definitely. He'll kick the door down and talk. Big difference.
Do you want to ask Tony?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a few questions. First of all, I want to see, where do you lie on at the moment with Arteta, Turkish? I mean, are you obviously? I mean, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we're even talking about it, to be honest. But Arteta in, Arteta out. You know, should he be gone? What needs to change? What is your opinion of him taking over this team? You know, and is it because of the lack of? Well, I mean. You know, the lack of what I would say players over the last few years, because like you said it earlier on in the show when you started off, really. I mean, we haven't got any stars in this team. Let's be honest, we haven't. When you look at all the other clubs, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, you know, they've got 2-3 players in every position. We can't even put out a great 11 with a bench. So where do you sit on that, Turkish?
Listen, Arteta, when he said that he's got the full support and backing of the board, I knew that will come back to bite him, because any manager that comes to Arsenal and acts like the board isn't a hindrance, isn't tying hands behind their back, they're lying, because they are. I can understand why you would lie. They're your employer. But at the same time, you take it upon yourself, then you're going to have to take the pressure that comes with it. And it was inevitable. You said it's ridiculous, and I agree with that, but it's also understandable, Terry. The 90 minutes on that pitch, Sky Sports, BT Sport, wherever you're watching it on, you see Arteta on the side. Before the game, after the game, it's Arteta answering the questions. It would be a hell of a lot of change if Kroenke sat next to Arteta. Then a lot more fans would maybe look at him and say, hold on, it's him that's the problem. But because Arteta's the face of it, it's inevitable that it's going to come to him. He shouldn't have taken it upon himself, all upon his chest, and say it was him, because now there's very little argument to be had when someone says, he said Kroenke backed him. I can't really say any different, because that did come out of his mouth. I just feel like we are making the same mistake again. And we made that mistake under Emery. I don't think Wenger was a mistake.
Oh, sorry, 2-0.
2-0.
2-0, yeah, great goal, 2-0.
When Wenger left, all these cracks started opening up, and they started getting deeper and deeper. We've changed CEOs 3 times. We've gone through 3 managers plus Freddie Ljungberg. Different structures. We went from manager to head coach, back to manager. So all these cracks opened up after Wenger. But as fans, we haven't cottoned on. We're still sticking on the manager, which can be a problem. He might be a problem. But at the moment, I don't think it's our main problem. And he's actually come out a few weeks ago and said out of his own mouth, we need 5-6 players to do the formation I want to do. And if he's saying he wants 5-6 to do a formation he wants to do, that means he needs 5-6 first 11 players.
Exactly.
And I agree with that. So if he's saying that, he's basically telling us to read between the lines. He can't say to us, this team is not good enough. 5, 6, 7 players need to go. He's instead telling us we need 5-6 players to do what I want. I'll tend to stick on that, but I do understand criticism of him at the same time.
I totally agree with everything you said, Turkish.
With this issue, I understand, right? I don't understand it. I understand it's not just a manager's problem here, because we could lose the manager, and I'm going to be honest with you. I never wanted him in the first place, and he's not yet convinced me that I want him to stay either. So I thought he was inexperienced for the job. I just don't think you can put a manager with no experience in a top job just like that. I don't think it can work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is not a football club to come learning.
Nah, definitely.
If you want to go learning, you go to a lower club and then learn, mate. Don't come to a top club and learn, do you?
Yeah.
So that's number 1, yeah. 2, we go on about the owner, and I know where you're going. I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from, Turkish now. I do see your point, some of the points on the owner now. But he's giving them the money, yeah. So let's say now, since last season, we've spent 70 million on Pepe. We've spent 50 million here. He's been giving them the money. He's been giving the money, right? Is that really the problem, or is it the recruitment, the recruitment policy? See, so you've got to understand, right? The man knows nothing about football, yeah? Unfortunately, we gave him 100% control. That was Nina Bracewell Smith and all them. They gave him 100% control. They knew what they were. That's what they done. And then now they start complaining that they've done that, yeah? They wish they never done it, but it's too fucking late now. They took the money, right? They give him 100% control, right? He knows nothing about football, yeah? So,
but who don't know anything about it?
Kroenke knows nothing about it.
Yeah, go on.
So he's putting his trust in these people that he's employing, right? And it's really the problem to me is, even if we get another owner in, what's the chances that they're going to get the right people into the recruitment? That is where it's all wrong. The recruitment, recruitment's wrong. We had people dealing with agents, making sure that we're feeding their agents. Look at this business with Willian. He was only brought in because Luiz said a word with the the same agent. Look, get him in because so he can keep in London. If you want to keep in London, stay at Chelsea. Yep. Do you think if Chelsea? Do you think he would have come if Chelsea would have offered him the same deal as we did?
Oh, 100%.
Of course, he wouldn't come.
100%.
There's another player that I'm looking at as he's coming because he's coming for the comfort ride because that keeps him in London.
Yeah.
Has he got the ambition? Does he think the Arsenal got the ambition? Probably doesn't care as long as I stay in London and I'm comfortable. I've done won my trophies at Chelsea. That's it. I've done what I had to do. Same as Czech, same as Luiz.
Yeah. Now, listen, I
agree where I'm coming from.
I agree where you're coming from, Claude. But if you look at it last year, let's be honest, William was one of Chelsea's best players last year.
Yeah, but then you are Chelsea fans, they'll tell you that he's a 1 in 5 game. Well,
I know that. But what I'm
tell
saying
me
is,
1 in 5. And
the only thing,
1 in 5 as well. Lucky it's 1 in 5 this year for me. Do you know what I'm saying?
The only thing I can see is...
This is where I'm saying, do you understand where I'm coming from, Turkish? It's all right for us to say, get Kroenke out, yeah? So what happens now, Dan Gotti comes in now. And he has these same people recruiting. And they keep getting players in that are not good enough. And he gives them the money and he throws the money. Look at the money we've thrown. If you look at the money we've thrown in the last few years, right? We're on a par. We've spent the same money as Leicester and Liverpool. Yeah. And they're doing miles better than us because they've invested in proper players. They've not thrown their money away. 35 million on Xhaka, 35 million on Mustafi. 4-year contract to Cedric Soares, who can't even get a game at Southampton.
Yeah.
Something's not right here, mate. Something ain't right.
No, 100%. Your recruitment is a big problem. And you're right. On my interview the other day, I said, everything is wrong at Arsenal, Claude, Terry. Everything. We could have a show about fans here. We could talk for an hour. We could have a show about the players, talk for an hour. We could have a show about the academy, talk for an hour. The board, an hour. Kroenke, an hour. Arteta, Emery, Wenger, hours. Every single thing is a problem at this club. Yeah. And you're right. It's about Kroenke getting the right people in. But my problem is now that I just feel I've given him enough time to get the right people in. And you're right. He doesn't know about football. He doesn't care. And that's become the problem. The problem isn't necessarily spending money like it used to be 6 years ago. The problem is we have an owner that doesn't care now. And you're right. Dangote might come in or another owner. We can only hope and pray that that next owner cares enough to go for the right people, to do enough investigation and find out what the club needs. We can't have an owner now that's looked at the last 15 years, watched our profit margins dwindle to a point of loss. That hasn't forced him into change. We've gone from a top 4, we've gone from a title winning side to a top 4 side to now whatever side we are. That hasn't forced him to change. And in essence, we made our first loss financially since we left Highbury last year, and we're about to make the second loss in a row this year. That doesn't seem to have affected him. So I feel like the lack of care is the biggest problem now, Claude.
I was told this morning by someone who heard something this morning that...
Hold on, Claude, just before you say that, because I know what you're going to say, and I want to bring that on as a topic. I just want to get this super chat in, but it's been here for a while. Sorry, mate, just 2 seconds. Phil W, thank you for your contribution, mate. He said, how long are Arsenal fans going to put up with this manager? You can't wait for things to click. It's not going to happen. The longer you wait, the more damaging it is. Fans deserve more, I think he wants to say there. We'll come on to that and all, Phil, with what you're going to say. Go on, Claude. Sorry, I just wanted to get that in quickly.
No, I heard this morning that Adidas are not happy with Arteta because he's not wearing their lots of things, like he's not wearing their stuff on the tie. I don't know if that's true. Then another thing he was telling me that because of the pandemic and because our crowds are under 25,000, we haven't been getting any revenue. There probably isn't any money to spend this in the January window. So that's a bit worrying as well.
I thought you were going to say something else. Didn't realise you were going to say. See,
I don't know if this is true, but this is what I've been told. I mean, it's very unlikely unless we get big money for these other players that we ain't going to get much money out of for the players that we want to get out of the club, are we? The only thing I think I can see is if Ozil does join Fenerbahce, like there is a strong thing that he might join Fenerbahce, that does release a few million, doesn't it, off the wage bill, doesn't it?
The thing is with the Adidas for me, Claude, is that's a load of rubbish. Because if you look at Pep himself, he don't wear any of the
no, some sponsors might not mind. I don't know. This is what I heard, that might be rubbish. But the other thing, I can actually see the other thing, that what he was saying. I could actually see what he was saying, because
and
think about it. He said because they're going on the revenue. There's no revenue coming in, and things like that. That they reckon the money's not there. And apparently, the only money they can really salvage is if they get money out of the players that they get rid of. But I mean, how much are they going to get for Kolasinac and Jesus Christ?
Nothing.
Barcelona gone 2-0 up against Juve. I mean, Juve gone 2 up against Barcelona. Sorry.
What's going on here? PSG against IBFK. I think the players are walking off.
Nah.
Yeah, I think the players are walking off. Someone got red carded on the bench, and now it looks like the players are walking off. I haven't got commentary on my screen.
Demba got a red card. So it's Istanbul, isn't it? Demba got a red card, a yellow card on the bench as well. But I don't know what's happened. It's interrupted.
It's at the moment, everyone's going off, including the referee. So can anyone enlighten us? Yeah, it's gone off. They've all walked off the pitch.
You think it's racism?
I don't know. Obviously, I've got no commentary on. So, yeah, it's racial, red card, take a knee. Arsenal maniac, Sam. What? I don't know what it is. Sub was red carded, laugh out loud. We've got red card.
Yeah, isn't it? Sorry, that's all that is.
Yeah. Sorry. That's Demba that had the red card.
Well, right. Well, I did see, I think one of the
I know that side beat Man United. They beat Man United that side, didn't they?
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there. But
are they the number one team in Turkey?
Say that again?
Are they the number one team? Are they the top of the league in Turkey?
Not now, they're not, but they won the league last year. They had Robinho
back on top now.
They've had Robinho, Gael Clichy, Adebayor, Martin Skrtel, Robinho. They've had all these players over the last couple of years, and they won the league.
They've got big money. Have they got a big owner then? Got a money owner.
It's not money. We take them when they're on the downhill slope, and just offer them a bit more money than they might make in Europe.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised. How can Fenerbahce afford Ozil?
That's what I'm saying, Claude. I think if there's any truth in that rumor, Arsenal are going to have to pay at least 75% of that. Fenerbahce are broke. They're actually broke. That's facts.
Chelsea are 1-0 down and all. Chelsea are 1-0 down too.
But United are 3 down now, so they're out of the Champions League.
No, it's still 2-0.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, still 2-0, mate. Yeah, still 2-0, Man United.
Okay.
I don't think it's 3. Oh, Jesus.
I thought something popped down on the screen. I thought I saw another goal, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, no, Chelsea. That Chelsea don't matter, does it?
Come on. No, they're through anyway. But I mean, they're 1-0 down at the moment. Getting back to what we were talking about, Turkish. I want to throw this out. I mean, look, I don't believe any of this, because for me, I don't believe anything until it actually happens. You actually see it with your eyes and things like that, Turkish. But what I'm going to say is that Stan Kroenke, I mean, we all know that he's a big problem at our club. I mean, he hasn't, backed us in the right way, or some people can say that he has. He's given us money, but it's the recruitment side of it. But he just doesn't, let's be honest, for us fans, he doesn't seem to care. He's never at the games and all things like that. But if we look at it on the other side now, and like I said, this is not me saying it. I'm just, what I mean, throwing it out there. He's got his baby. He's got his baby out in the LA Rams. He wanted to build that big stadium and then bringing them back to the LA in the city, basically. He's got the stadium built. He's got the Rams firing on all cylinders now. They got to the Super Bowl last year, and they're top of their group at the moment. I see something a couple of weeks ago saying that basically one of the commentators who's done a thing on him saying that he's bought the right players now. I know this doesn't mean anything to us Arsenal fans, but what I'm trying to say is that he's bought the right players now, and I think this was the first time in 17, 18 years that the LA Rams have got to the Super Bowl last year, and now they're on the up. Now that that's all, and he's done that, could it be a possibility that he could turn his attentions on us now, on Arsenal? I mean, because I know I thought this is what I thought Claude was going to say earlier on. There's been a lot of reports coming out that the board are going to back Arteta. No matter what situation that we get in, they've given him a deal basically, and they're going to back him with fundings apparently in January to go out and get a few players. So could that be that, you know what I mean? It could the attention could come back to us now.
Terry, you know me, and Claude, you definitely know me. The optimism and hope has been drained from my body. I don't have any left for this club or for Stan Kroenke at the moment. What I will say is, in the past year, they've brought in a manager with no experience. They made him full-time manager this summer, from head coach to full manager. We've got massive contracts coming to an end at the end of the season. And for the first time in a while, we're in December, and forget our league position for a sec. We're not hearing rumours that we have no money and January is going to be only loans. We're actually hearing rumours that Buendia or Szoboszlai. And that's refreshing, but at the same time, I bear very little into rumours. If it happens, then I'll start seeing some forward thinking. And it has to happen in the first couple of weeks of January. I don't want a January 31st signing deadline day. Not good enough. Proactive. You show others you mean business. You're not trying to cling on at the end and get what you can. Then we move on to the summer, Terry. And whether we like it or not, Arteta might not be here, but Kroenke will be here in the summer. And after this one, I don't offer them any more excuses, but a lot of fans do. So after this one, this summer, with Ozil done, Mustafi done, Socrates, Luiz, all them contracts, that has to be his final chance. This has to be the summer. We get rid of 6, we bring in 6, you know? And I guess that's me giving them another chance too, but it's not. It's me just, you know, I know he's going to be here. So what can I do but try and hope for the best?
I mean, to raise this money, right? Say we have to raise, because of the revenue and all that, we not have to raise money in January. Would you be open to getting rid of Lacazette Turkish?
Yep.
Get the money.
Yep.
He's now got 18 months now on his contract, hasn't he? It's not signed.
Yep.
So we still can get a good fee for him, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to really look at these sort of things, because what we are lacking, I think we're lacking. I still think everyone's gone about this career. I still think we need another experienced centre half alongside Gabriel for me.
It's 3-0 now, Turkish. It's 3-0 now, mate.
Okay.
Okay, now what's happening with United, mate?
Crumbling. Ole out again, and then next week he'll be at the wheel again.
Well, they should have been out of sight against West Ham, and they just got back into the game. But I think they've been. That's strange, isn't it? Because they beat Leipzig 5-0, didn't they, at Old Trafford? I
knew Leipzig would be up for the battle today, and they just drew 3-3 to Bayern on the weekend. So I thought they're going to want this one.
Yeah, they're not a bad side, and even they've lost some of their players, yet they're still good, aren't they? They still produce them along the production line. They still get them, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They've had a few. They've still got a few, and RB Salzburg are like their little buddy next to them. So anyone that makes it from Salzburg goes to Leipzig.
Yeah, because that's the point. I mean, I think that's the most likely target, isn't it? The one from Salzburg, isn't it? The guy, what's it?
Szoboszlai.
Yeah, is he Hungarian? Is he?
Yeah.
He's Hungarian. Yeah. He's the likely, because I think with that Leon president, he's going to start. They're going to start. That'll go on all month with that Leon president with aouar.
Yeah,
we will lose a month. We might target that guy, and it's cheaper as well, isn't it? 25 million. 25, and you just pay that. You just do what you've done with Partey, straight in there.
Yeah. Right. January the 1st. Imagine we go out and make Szoboszlai our signing.
As Turkish said, the allure of Champions League football, and might make that one target go away. I'm afraid. I'm not that confident. I can see us end up with Christian Eriksen. There we go.
Yeah, well, so would that be a surprise? No.
Would you take Christian Eriksen?
No.
No.
At Tottenham,
if you said to me a year and a half ago, I would.
Yeah. Same.
It's something. It's something not. Maybe the Premier League might actually suit him though better though. Would you know?
But you know what it is with me, Claude. Loans and swaps, they're like plasters to me now. I've seen it over the years.
Buy him. I mean, buy him, not loan.
I just think he's not at the stage of the career where we need that sort of character too. I think we need someone ready to prove themselves a bit younger than someone who's tried to leave, failed, and come back. He left Tottenham because he wanted to go for trophies. And in the last year, he was at Tottenham.
He's that sort of experienced player, though, isn't he? That we need. When I'm saying getting experienced players, that we do need amongst and to bring on these young players. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, in an ideal world, yeah. But I think because it's not an ideal world for us, I think if we brought in Eriksen, he'd just be first team for the next 100 games for Arsenal and probably be on 150k. And in 2 years, we'll be saying, why the hell did we sign this old Tottenham reject and this and that?
That goal was disallowed, wasn't it?
Oh, is it?
Was it 2-0 or still 2-0? Eh?
Yeah, 2-0. Yeah, it was disallowed offside.
Okay.
And Chelsea are 1-1 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it might be better if the United do get back in. That's what he says with like that target.
At 2-0, I'd even say it's over now. I don't think they've got it in them to come back.
They only need a draw, don't they?
Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. But whoever loses this drops into Europa League anyway. So welcome.
They only need a draw, and I think the other game will be fucking called off now, isn't it? Are they back on the other?
Apparently, one of the officials has called Denver Bar a racist comment. So, an official, not a team, an official. So, I mean, what's going to happen there? I ain't got a clue what's going to happen there.
And both teams walked off. So,
yeah. So that's weird.
They'll automatically give that 3-0 to PSG like they normally do, don't they? If 2-2 they walk off. I don't know how that works.
That game has little meaning anyway in terms of I think PSG have qualified and Istanbul are out. So
yeah, it doesn't matter. Getting back to Arsenal, Turkish. I mean, who do you think, or who would you like at Arsenal in January?
Szoboszlai, without a shadow of a doubt, because he's realistic at 25 mil. Like Claude said, aouar with that Leon president Olas, no way in January. There's no way. So Szoboszlai definitely 25 mil, and as a plan B, that Norwich Buendia should be an option in January too. But I don't feel like we should be going for plan Bs anymore. Go for the plan A, get it done, and just mean business for once.
Yeah, I mean, if we only go out and say we get him and maybe one other.
What about Jack Grealish? Would you take Jack Grealish?
Oh, I'll take 4 of Jack Grealish, mate.
Oh, exactly.
Grealish and McGinn. Double deal.
McGinn, yeah, that's another good player too.
Yeah. Listen, I've been saying this for a long time, Turkish. For me, even since Wenger, right, we need players that are going to run for 95 minutes. And that's what, for me, Jack Grealish does. He runs for 95. He gives you everything. I mean, he is a little shit, let's be honest, do you know what I mean? And that's what I like. We need someone like that and all.
Yeah, we need a lot of, not little shits, we need big shits on that pitch. We're so soft now that's become a lot part of the problem too. That soft core we have, it's when Troy Deeney came out and said we lack cojones, yes, the initial reaction is, what the hell is this Watford player talking about? But in reality, he is right, and he was right. So I look back at that and I was glad that he said it, because it's one thing fans saying it. A lot of people can dismiss us and say, these lot don't know what they're talking about. They're just fans, this and that. But when another professional is saying it, another colleague is saying it, it's a big problem, because these are the players that are coming to face you twice a season. And if they think you've got a soft centre, then
see, I remember your fan cam in the charity, and I thought, well done to you in the charity shield, the community shield.
Oh yeah,
all them idiots around you were giving it all that, because we've just beaten Liverpool in the community shield as if we've done, going over the top as usual
on pennies.
And I know it's the celebrations in that watch along. God, Jesus Christ, do me a favour. No, it was over the top. Sorry, mate.
It was
over the top. And you came out and you said about Bellerin, and I've always said, I said, as soon as this guy loses his pace, if he had no pace, I said it years ago, he had no pace, he'd be a League One defender. All right, I never rated him. I never have rated him. I don't know what one of these that come out of the Barcelona academy, but I don't know what they were doing with him there. But and someone come up to you and said Aurier, and you said Aurier is better. And they all laughed at you.
Yeah,
look, he's playing well this year, isn't he?
He is playing well, and you know the
people are laughing. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what this. And I watched that interview. I watched your interview. I said, well done, because I thought, gee, and there was Robbie on there. The other guy was jumping in. You all this jumping in. Yeah, because we've just beaten Liverpool in the Community Shield. Everyone gets excited, don't they? They get
on penalties. Penalties.
Exactly. And people don't learn. They don't learn. And look where we are now. See, this is what I'm saying. And you did
every summer.
Give you what you said. You did warn everyone then, and no one would listen.
Yeah, because every summer, Claude. You know what? A lot of our fans do every summer. The blindfold comes on and it gets tied behind their head, and then August the 31st or transfer window, it comes back off, and as the season starts, and it's hope, it's optimism. But why did you close your eyes for the 3 months where we can change things?
That's it. All you get through the summer. Oh God, it's only the first week. Come on, we've got another month to go. Come on, and then it comes to the last day, and everyone, bam. Yeah,
exactly. It's not the first week. It's not the first month. It's the first 10 years of this shit. You know, the process started when Kroenke took on 39% ownership, when he became majority owner, not full owner, majority. That's when the process started, not when a manager's sacked. Trust the new process. What new process? The manager doesn't come in and say everything change. He comes in and he falls in line at this club.
We've got a super chat here from Sammy. He says, "Big up this channel. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate your comment, mate."
Even down to that Community Shield interview, I knew that day, and I've held my tongue because Bellerin cost us goals against Man City. Bellerin cost us a couple goals against Liverpool. Bellerin cost us goals against Aston Villa, and then he done it against Tottenham. And that's when I said, you know what? Let me bring this interview back, because I've given enough chances now. Because I'm not one to, knee jerk. Even though that was never a knee jerk, Bellerin's let us down for years. But if other fans want to see it as a knee jerk, cool. Now face facts, because the facts are, he's not good enough. He's not good enough. And that goes for many players. Two years ago, a year ago, people were saying Bellerin for captain. A year ago, people were saying Xhaka's a good centre mid. We need him in there. That's our fans saying that. So if our fans don't face reality and wash their face with some real cold water and open their eyes, then why would Kroenke or why would the board change their ways? Because they throw us little pieces of bread in the summer and we lap it up like it's caviar. Why would they change that? Why would they change that? Because if they start giving us caviar, we'll start wondering the quality of the caviar, and then we can criticize them. But if you feed us bread and we act like it's caviar, then they're going to keep on doing it for as long as they can.
Well, this is it. We seem to be part. Our attitude now, I've noticed over the years, we seem to be buying players just to get by, rather than trying to get up another level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it's just to get by.
Hey?
I don't even think it's just to get by. I just think we've had.
No, but it's just, you look the way we go. We in the last few years, it was what was it first? Sylvester, not wanted at United. We grab him. We give him Van Persie.
Gallas. Yeah? Even in the end, Gallas, you're going right back. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
Gallas, we give him to Chelsea. They didn't want him at Chelsea. We gave him Ashley Cole. We got Gallas. What good was he? Good, yeah. Right? Then that Ben Ayoun business. Where we get Ben Ayoun. No one wants him apart from us. Done his thing with Liverpool, Chelsea. Come and on the loan to us. Then you got the who was it? All these
many.
No one wanted. I mean, who's the other one that they did?
Fine. You got
Danny Welbeck. Another one. Danny Welbeck. Ferguson. he was disappointed that he lost him to us. Bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. Yeah. Then all these, and it goes on, and then you've got that Petr Cech coming.
William,
good. Come to Arsenal, and fuck us up in the final, hey?
Hold up, just before we've got 3 super chats. I'm going to lose them otherwise. Sorry, mate. Anthony Herbert says 11 games gone, 7 points above relegation. Thoughts? We'll come back on that in a minute, Anthony. Sorry, Kelvin. Oh no, we jumped again. I think
they're going to be over the top with relegation. But anyway, go on.
Sammy says Turkish. What can we do first stages to get rid of the owner? Shall we start and find organisations?
What can we do first day? This is something I've asked myself for years. You know, a couple.
Find a few billion quid. That's the only way you're going to get him out. Yeah. You can have all of them. I'm not having a go at you, Turkish or anyone. Yeah. You could have all the organisations, demonstrations. Until someone gives him a few billion quid, he ain't going nowhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's the reality, you know.
That's the reality of it. So all these demonstrations ain't going to get us anywhere. But I understand why I understand Turkish's frustration. And,
I think what we can, you Claude's completely right. You know, it's easier to say we need to get rid of the owner, but if there's no buyer, then that's not happening. But what ideally can put more pressure on, and that's not pressure on him to sell, that's pressure on him to change, is us fans aligning. And I thought that was never going to happen because I thought we'd have to get along or would have to put agendas aside. But we don't. You look at trade, you look at unions at workplaces, for example. We might all be part of the same union, Terry, Claude, but I might not like you, Terry, but we still are part of the same union. And when there's a challenge, they will fight for both of us because that's what they're there for. So whether we like each other or not, whether this section of the fan base likes AFTV, whether this section of the fan base likes Claude or likes content creators, or whether this section likes bloggers, forget all of that for a sec. Let's have one organization or one movement. And that movement is not we care do you, because we care do you let everyone down this summer by acting like Kroenke has done something.
Even that they're another lot. They think the people that organise that think that they want it to be separate from everyone else. They're another lot.
Big problem.
That's what I'm saying. They think they're above everyone. There are people in this fan base. I'm not being funny, in these fan groups, right? That think they're more important than anyone else. At the end of the day, we are all on the same level. We are all on the same level. We are all Arsenal fans. Yeah. No one is more. No one is better. Whether you're AST, Arsenal Supporters Trust, or all these other organisations, you're no better than what I am, mate. Right? At the end of the day, we all go through the turnstile. We support our team. Yeah, that's all. You know what I'm saying? No one is different. No one is better than anyone else, and that's the problem. And that's why there's a divide in the fan base, Turkish.
Yeah, it is. You know, and
people, they think they're bigger than anyone else. And that's the problem.
I've seen it because
no one will come to an agreement.
Yeah, I've seen it myself. You know, when I tried to do that protest at the kit launch, the amount of abuse I got, the amount of proper Arsenal that put me down about it, the amount that tried to put me off it. I just looked around and I thought, I'm going to go through with it. I'm going to see what comes. But in essence, I never wanted to be the face of any sort of demonstration or protest. You know, I want to be part of it. I want to be part of the movement. But to be the face opened up a whole heap of abuse, a whole heap of fans, like you said, thinking they are better and thinking they can mock you or put you down. When in essence, if you don't agree, if you don't like it, then just shut the hell up and let them do it. You know, you don't have to come out and disagree. You can just shut up. But you know what it is already, Claude. You know better than me the divide in this fan base, and you probably know better than me that it's not gonna fix itself.
Sorry, mate. We've got more super chats again. What I'm trying. Sammy, he said we need to create an organisation and fund it now. Kelvin said we haven't had a born winner leader type of player since Alexis, and arguably that's when we really started going downhill since then, in my opinion. Thoughts? I think we covered that earlier on, really, to be honest.
We can have all them organisations, build an organisation. But at the end of the day, it's the money money talks. And if unless you've got, I don't know how much the club is worth or what it's worth to him, but unless you've got that sort of money and to take over, it's not like Portsmouth where the fans can take over. It's no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a big club. You know what I'm saying?
Usman have tried to offer him billions and he still turned it down, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But you know what, Turkish, you say Uznov, but would we be any better off? I don't know. I don't know.
We can't say for sure. We can't say for sure.
There's no guarantee he would put his. There's no guarantee he would put his money in.
Yeah, we can only hope that the next owner, or whether it was Usmanov, that he will be different. And that's it. It's all hope. You know, we can't guarantee anything. We can't guarantee anything. And who knows, we might get in a manager like Poch or like Klopp who can work under restrictions and they might bring us back to some sort of a glory days period. But in essence, you're right. The board, you know, it's going to be very difficult to get the ownership out.
Yeah.
And the fans have become part of that problem because that's why it's so difficult at the moment to at least indicate together, collectively, that we are not happy. We can't even do that because if me and Claude say we're not happy, you'll get other fans saying you're negative. And then the debate is amongst us when in reality, it should be us against them, not us against us. You know, it's just a round circle we keep on going through.
There's something I want to ask you in a second, but Marble Walls TV said send Hector back to the Messiah. Is that Messiah? Sorry, to learn throw-ins. Same.
I think too much is made of that throw-in thing. Now, I'm not being funny. All right, it's bad, but it's not going to cost us games. Yeah. Other teams do it. It's just people are and don't get me wrong. I'm more worried about his other thing. He's crossing another thing rather than these throw-ins. Too much on this throw-ins business.
It does. Right? It does show that he's not aware. You know, that's what it shows. There's not much emphasis on it, but he's just not aware.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, I would more worried about his crossing and his defending rather than the throwing.
Yeah, definitely.
I think there was a Tottenham player done the same thing, and no one's talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
He also put Sanger Arteta won an FA Cup, but time for him to go. Turkish, start up your anti-KSE thing. KSE out. And Sammy, thank you again. He said Uzumov is the real owner of Everton FC. Period. I want to come to that, not about Umanos, but what I want to come to, Turkish, is that obviously, and Claude, because let's be honest, a lot of fans keep going on about that they wanted an elite manager to come in, right? And I can understand why they want an elite manager to come in. I understand that's not a problem, but it doesn't automatically give them the right to automatically come in and say and turn this team around. If you know what I'm saying. What I mean by that is a lot of fans wanted Ancelotti to come in, right? He's gone into Everton. He finished quite low last season. He's got Diesel's here. How you doing, Diesel? Hope you're well, mate.
I heard elite manager, and I thought I've got to come on. Big up Turkish, by the way. Sorry, I'm late, everyone.
Yeah. Just quickly, finishing off the question is that obviously a lot of people wanted Ancelotti to come in. He didn't finish that well last season. He's been backed. A lot of people would say he's gone out and got a brand new midfield. A lot of us fans wanted a couple of them players, you know, in Decor and maybe Rodriguez. You know, and he seemed to get a tune out of the players at the beginning of the season. They was running away with the league. They was top. Calvin Lewin was hitting everything, you know what I mean? Everything that come to him. And now look at him, right? And all I hear, right, is that, well, Arteta's our manager. He should have the experience to get these players playing. So why ain't Ancelotti doing the same thing at Everton with these players? Why are they going backwards at the moment? Why are they losing? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course I understand. It's just this modern day era of fans and patience and maybe not looking at the bigger picture as much as maybe you need to. Even if Ancelotti was to come in, listen, in an ideal world, when Emery was sacked, or even when Wenger was let go, in an ideal world, and I know this is not an ideal world at Arsenal, but I would have taken Diego Simeone because we need someone who's going to bring in organization, structure. We need someone who's going to look at these players and say, you think you can play for me? Get out. within 6 to 12 months. Simeone brings all of that. But our board would never go for a man like Simeone. But even if Simeone was to come in, there will be a downturn in form somewhere along the line, especially in the first year or two, because there's no one man in this world. You could put Sir Alex next to Pep and bring Wenger back. All three could not come to Arsenal now, and it'll be uphill all the way to the Premier League title. It's gonna take a little while to get us even back to top 4.
Yes.
But we can't rest on our laurels then, because I know what might happen. We might make top 4 again, and all of our fans are going to be on the internet. Come on, we're back. Let's do this. Taking off shirts, doing all of that stuff. But we can't forget that we was fed up with just making top 4. Hence why we turned on Wenger. Let's not forget that. But they will. Arsenal fans will forget that. And when we do make top 4, oh, hallelujah, pressure off Kroenke. You know, it's a shame that I can see it coming, but we need to maintain the pressure, regardless of manager. The pressure needs to go to the board, I think.
You're exactly right. And that's what I keep saying every week. Look, I wanted
I understand it, but it's still not good enough. What we're doing.
No, it's not good enough. I'm not saying it's good enough. I'm not sitting here saying that Arteta is the best manager in the world. I'm not saying that. And even when we did win the FA Cup and the Charity Shield, I kept saying that, look, this is what he can do. This is the way we can play if we go out and get the players that he wants. And that should have automatically said to people, in my eyes, what I'm trying to say is that these players...
Hold on, Terry. Did we play that good in the final and the Community Shield? Let's get this right. Let's get it right. Look at the game, right? It's just covering the cracks, really. Because look at the game, right? First 5-10 minutes, they were absolutely slaughtering us. They could have been 2 or 3 up, Chelsea, right? They lost Pulisic, they lost the captain, and they had a player sent off, and we scraped to win by 1 goal. Don't tell me we played brilliant in that final.
No, who said we played brilliant? I did not say that.
And that's what I'm trying to say. And even the Community Shield is a what you look at. You look at that Community Shield, right? It's just players getting fit and all it. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. You cannot take anything from a Community Shield.
Yeah, you can't say that, Till. We didn't play brilliant, Till. You can't say that, Till.
Listen, you've gone on to a different thing. You've gone away from what I was saying. What I was saying is that even though that we won the FA Cup and the Charity Shield, for me as an Arsenal fan, obviously, I'm going to celebrate it. I'm going to celebrate it. It's a win.
Of course you're going to celebrate.
But I still knew that we needed overall in this team under Arteta. I did not think that the Arteta would get these players playing, Xhaka, Mustafi, all this, because don't forget that in the first half of the season, for Arsenal fans were saying that Xhaka's improved, Mustafi's improved, right? This was our Arsenal fan base.
No, well,
no. A certain section of the fan base, not the whole fan base. Tell a lot of the fan base.
I just said there was
a lot of the online fan base. Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is that I think personally, let's be honest, we all knew that these players are not going to get us back up there and make us champions. Surely, because I knew that.
We're a soft fan base, very soft. We're always ready to put our arm around the player or cuddle a player or take the player out of the limelight. We're more a nursery than a football club. I mean, as fans, even match-going fans, Diesel, when Xhaka returned to the squad, we should have made our feelings known. This is not good enough. He shouldn't be back in this squad. In January, Arteta should have been forced by us to remove him again and sell him. But instead, we as fans, oh, come here, Xhaka, you all right? You abused on Instagram, yeah? Are you going to be all right this season, yeah? Oh, don't worry about it. Come on. That's fans to the T at Arsenal right now. Not every fan, sections of the fan base. We believe that negativity is the main reason behind Arsenal's demise. Like all of a sudden, if I wake up tomorrow and start doing videos like, hey, people, Arsenal are playing today and all this shit, yeah, it's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change absolutely nothing at this squad. So the fans have to take, again, some blame in allowing, because someone in there said Jose and Simeone would not be playing Bellerin and Xhaka. And I tend to agree. But with Arteta, we should have made it known to him. He's a new manager. He's a new man. But let's make it known that move on from at least Xhaka. With Bellerin, it's difficult because he didn't do anything to be booed, but Xhaka did. But as a fan base, we welcomed him back with both arms and legs open too, to be honest.
Yeah,
Years
I
ago,
totally agree.
Club for that Diesel. Turkish, he would have been out of the club.
Yeah.
He would have been out of the club for doing what he done on that pitch.
Yeah.
I remember Don Howard doing that at Boothroyd, and that was a youth team game. Never played for the club again. Dang.
Yeah,
You know, yeah, go on, mate.
Judy, thank you very much for your super chat. Oh, sorry, we've got another one just coming. Oh my God, I had no idea you had a channel called Ugg. Big Uggs, Big Uggs. As a Toon fan, do you think Arsenal are at risk of being conditioned for mediocrity like us?
Do you think Arsenal are at risk of being conditioned? I don't, because I feel like we're such a big brand. So regardless of how far we do drop off, I think there does come a point somewhere, whether that's 2 years, 7 years, or 10 years, where Kroenke, if it's still him in charge, the brand is still worth something. The football might be worth nothing, but the brand will always be worth something. So I think sooner or later, something will change at the club, but I can't pinpoint when. None of us can.
No. And Sammy, thank you very much. He said, you think fan channels have split the fan base? No, personally, I don't think there's because at the end of the day, everyone's got their own opinion. You don't have to be a sheep and follow certain channels. You can have your own opinion. You can like channels. You can like certain people. You can dislike certain people. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it all comes down to you as an individual, surely. Or am I wrong?
No, I think we know that, Tel, but there's a lot of people who don't, unfortunately. And like we say all the time, if you don't like Coronation Street, guess what? Don't watch it. But people like to pass judgment. And I just wanted to quickly say, sorry, obviously I'm after a bit late, but I watched a little bit in the car. Turkish, I've got to say, mate, I mean, we watch a lot of your videos, mate, and you're one of the people who I actually think tells it straight. And you've always kept it to the board. And the way I'd look at it, all right, from watching you for, the last few years as well, is as much as I go on, listen, I've got my own, opinion on Arteta and the club and things, but I also like to watch others and see what they say and try and look at it from another angle. Yeah? Because let's be honest, we're right on some things, we're wrong on others. It's all about opinions, right? I don't want Arteta here. I've made it known. What I like about what you do, though, what you say is, the way I look at it is like this. I'm Arteta, because I'm so fixated on the manager position at this club, I'm thinking of today. When I listen to you talk about the board, you're more on about tomorrow. As if to say, we get rid of Arteta, great. Now what?
Yep.
And I said it on a stream, and I think you was in the chat the other day. When it comes to financial backing, right, I'm not as fixated on the board as what maybe others are, because we have spent money here. My issue with the board is the lack of ambition. Right? There is no direction. And for that alone, they need to get out. Right? They need to get out, because as much as I don't want Arteta, he was offered the job. You have to look at the board. If we're going to say we don't blame the players, blame the manager because he's picking the players, you have to look at the board and blame the board because they picked this man. It works the same way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right, because the way I look at it, Diesel, is let's say after this stream, I go to bed and in the middle of the night, Arteta gets sacked. If I wake up tomorrow, my content doesn't change. I don't put Willian's arrival to Arteta. I put that to Edu, to Vinay, to the Kia agent link. I put that down to the board and ownership. I don't link. It's like linking Torreira to Emery, for example. Emery told us he wanted Partey or Fabinho. He got Torreira, you know. So regardless of Emery being there or not, it didn't change anything when he went. Same way with Arteta. He gets sacked tonight. I'll be back tomorrow asking, why did we sign Willian in the summer? Why are we going through another manager again post-Wenger? Why? All these questions start coming up again. So you're right, Diesel. Like, it's not just... The problems don't stop when the manager goes. But what does stop is a lot of fans' aggression. And that's wrong. The aggression should be then directed elsewhere. Instead of directing it elsewhere, they sap it all in, and then they're like, process, positivity. It's his first transfer window. Give him a chance. It's not my first transfer window. I've watched many transfer windows go down the drain at this club. Don't tell me it's Mikel Arteta's first. Don't tell me it's whoever's first. I've watched enough transfer windows go to waste. No one can tell me this is the first transfer window of anyone. It's Kroenke's 20th transfer window.
Yeah.
That's
There
it.
seems to be an excuse every time a transfer window comes along as well, doesn't there? There's always seems to be some sort of excuse.
There's some sort of excuse.
Another thing I don't know if Turkish agree. Do you think another big problem is he's number 2? The man who delegates a lot of stuff to, number 2.
Who knows, Claude? Because he didn't have a backroom staff in it, so he had to make all that himself in the past. In the first couple of months.
I'm just thinking because he's inexperienced, he's now his judgment maybe not right in who he brings in as number 2. I would have thought a number 2 with a bit more experience than this guy is. I don't know.
I think a lot of it stems from the board, Claude. If there's no pressure on Arteta from the board, his match day choice, it will.
Let me finish. If you look at Ferguson, he always delegated. Don't think it's all Ferguson. He had McLaren, he had Ross, all these people. They're all very experienced guys. McLaren,
Sam at Chelsea, Paul Clement,
they're all experienced guys that helped him along. But sometimes, if you haven't got a proper good number 2, I think it helps because you can't make every decision on your own. Sometimes you have to delegate a lot of your stuff. And I wonder if this guy is good enough. This guy that he's got with him, is that the problem? This is another thing I wonder.
No, will we? We would never know because you never get to see it like that. Tahir has come out with a super chat. He said, bring back the Ottoman Empire. And Sammy said, what worries me is handling transfers last minute. Well, Sammy, I don't know why it worries you because we do that. We've done that for the last 16, 17 years as far as I'm concerned. It's never changed.
Our manager was a last-minute transfer.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. Arteta came in with Yossi Benayoun, Park Chu-Young, Andre Santos, and whoever else he came in with that day. But what's per Mertesacker? What's a mess? And now he's a manager. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Because people tend to think I back Arteta. I don't back or go against him. At the moment, I just believe that position of manager is untenable. I don't think anyone can do well in that position. How can you have inexperienced manager, inexperienced director of football, Edu, inexperienced CEO, Vinay? How can you have so much inexperience? There needs to be at the very least, one Arsenal man in there with abundance of experience. And if that was David O'Leary, look, when we heard about him recently being linked to the role, he didn't get it because he demanded to be on the board. How are you not going to allow David O'Leary to be on the board?
Yeah.
Why would you not? Because you don't want someone coming in to ruffle feathers. Usmanov owned 30% of this company and he wasn't allowed on the board. What nonsense is that? How can I own 30% of something, be the second highest owner of that club, and not be allowed to make a decision? Crazy.
Turkish, you know what? Oh, sorry, tell me.
No, I was just going to say, just quickly, Diesel, because I know you said you all right for time still, or do you need to?
Yeah, let's go. I'm enjoying it, so let's go. If my phone rings, then I'm out, but it's cool.
I know what that phone call is. I had the same problem. But you know what, right? What no one really talks about, is, do you remember when Thierry Henry, right, was coaching the reserves or the under-18s? Bear in mind, he was doing that for free, right? And then he come out and he criticised some of the players, and then Arsene Wenger outed him, right? Yeah. He got rid of him. And we all know Thierry Henry's got that. He's a winner. He's a winning mentality, right? And Arsene Wenger looked at that and thought, oh no, we can't have any of that. We can't have, because these players, they don't respond well to criticism.
That's the same with Tony Adams, people.
Now, when you look back, and this is why when Turkish, what you just said there, when people might think you're Arteta in, it's not about that. I think with you see the bigger problem, right? If Arteta goes, the people think we're suddenly going to be brilliant and we're gonna win the Champions League. I think we can get better. I think a more experienced manager can get us better than 14th, 15th. But I'm not deluded enough to think if he goes and we get in Diego Simeone, by next season we're winning the Premier League. Of course not.
You changed your tune, Diesel. Now listen, I say this every week.
Right, top 4.
And he said it just a minute ago, Turkish. He said it just because I'm a nobody and you're a somebody, he listens to you. That's what it is. Just say it as it is, Diesel.
How about changing? Go on, you go on. Test me. Test me. I've never seen, but tell what. If you look at the squad we've got on paper, right, that is better than 14th, 15th. I'm sorry, it is. It is.
Everyone knows that. We're just not playing at the moment. That's a simple fact. We're just not playing as a team at the moment.
But that's down to the manager. That's what he's paid for.
I asked Turkish earlier. So why is Ancelotti, who's got all that experience, not doing it with Everton? People wanted Ancelotti in, and what I'm trying to say to you is this team has got its own mind. Doesn't matter what.
But you're saying about Ancelotti, Tell. They're 9th at the moment. They're higher than us, right? They've had a great start to it. Everton will take what's happening to them now. If you look at previous seasons, right? Yeah. Look, I mean, come on, Tell. You know, they started off. Yes, they've dropped off a bit.
I'm just giving you an example, right? People keep saying that if we get an elite manager in, he would drum it into these players. But I think these players, doesn't matter what they drum into them. They've been here for like 6-7 years. Some of them still.
I get that. But there will be a rebuild happening in the summer because a lot of these players are out of contracts. My argument is I don't trust Arteta to lead that rebuild because Turkish. We were saying earlier on whether you're Arteta in or Arteta out. I asked the question: is he a lure? Is he a pull? Right? We can all go on about we want top quality players. Right? When you're a top quality player. Money is a factor. It's not the only factor. A major factor, who's the manager? Who am I going to be playing under? And whether we like it or not, Arsene Wenger had that pull massively. I look at Mikel Arteta. Mate, I can't think of many top quality players who are going to think, do you know what? They're not in the Champions League, but do you know what? The chance to work under Mikel, I've got to take that. I'm sorry, I don't see it, mate.
You saying that, Claude said it earlier on. We said it earlier in the programme. I don't know if you see it, obviously, because you was on your way back. But Claude was saying he doesn't, why did Partey come then? He knew we didn't have Champions League football. Why did Gabriel come? They knew that we didn't have Champions League football.
Gabriel, no one heard of Gabriel, right? Well, you keep saying that. Gabriel, no one heard of him, so we can't say he was a top player. Who knew of him? So you can't really.
We're the only one.
We met his release clause.
We're the only one.
If Chelsea admit it, he'd have gone Chelsea. I mean, come on. Come on, man.
Well, I'm just putting it out there. You don't know. And it's like who we're being...
The only ones that would have met the release clause with us.
Hold up. It's like who we're being linked with at the moment.
No, what do you think, Turkish, on that, by the way?
I think the Aubameyang contract signing, it could be either money, London, or it could be he believed in the project. We won't know fully until another year or so.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I don't know why Oba signed the contract. And to be honest, with Thomas Partey coming to London, I do agree with Diesel. I think if Chelsea offered for him, he would have gone there. Yeah. But I've also been told from someone inside football that it was actually Arteta's project that was sold to Partey. I don't know how true that is. All I know is Oba signed the contract under Mikel Arteta, and that's probably the only evidence I have to say that he might be able to win people over. It's not enough evidence, but it is some evidence.
Just quickly,
what project is he? What's the project now, Turkish? What is the project?
Hey, I don't know. We're gonna have to get troops to call Oba and let us know what project he signed up for. I can't see it right now, mate.
The project is obviously Arteta at t-shirts. That's the project. Universal boss.
Troops are jaywalking in New York, man.
Arsenal fan was saying when they beat Liverpool 3 times that Arteta broke Klopp, and some Arsenal fans believed him. I don't know if they believed it. Oh, sorry, I still got that. I don't know if we believed him, but thank you very much for your super chat. And here said Arsenal owners bought in Arteta's fans' favourite to keep the fans at bay and not to protest against them. This is how you control your fans. To here, I don't agree with that either, because it doesn't matter if we protest, like we've been saying. Unless you've got billions of pounds to overturn this business, I don't think he really cares at the moment. Well, he hasn't done at the moment.
You can try to affect his brand, you know. That's what protests can do. It creates a negative aura around the club. Like, for example, the plane at the end of the season, if that plane didn't fly over with back Arteta Kroenke out, we would never have got that question to Arteta on that day whether he believes Kroenke is supporting him. He definitively said yes. Without that plane, we wouldn't have had that evidence. So sometimes protests and unified demonstrations of some sort can reap benefits and rewards. So
Turkish, right? Can I just say, right? I've said it a few times now, and streams recently. I watched a film, right, with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's called In Hell or From Hell, right? Great film. And there was a quote at the end of the film, and it always stayed with me, right? It was a guy who basically said unity can bring down any organisation, right? And do you know what? I genuinely believe that. I honestly think, I know, as Claude said earlier, unless you've got a few billion, but I do think if, and I know it will never happen because of how fractured our fan base is, if in a magical world, right, if we did, as a fan base, really get together and enforce change, I genuinely think, I believe in that saying, unity. I do believe in it. I do. It will never happen. What's your take on it? Because I think it could happen.
I think so. I think so too. I think when you cause enough noise, at least questions will have to be asked. I think let's take an example. Last season, around February time, when obviously top 4 wasn't within our reach, I said on an interview, I said, listen, when the Liverpool game comes, it's the 3rd to last game of the season. I said, we won't be playing for nothing. Let's just assume that. Let's all walk out in the 49th minute. The reason being, because at that time, Liverpool were unbeaten and it was a risk that they was going to go undefeated. It wasn't the case, but walking out in the 49th minute indicates where we've come from to where we are now. We went 49 and undefeated to now. Walk out, and the images and pictures that will be shown that night and the next day, there will have to be questions asked in press conferences. Next time Kroenke is in America doing an interview, someone will be like, oh, what did you think of Arsenal? And then you get more traction, you get more comments, you get more feedback, you get more things to hang on to understand and learn. So I do believe that Diesel was right. I think it's not going to happen, but if it did, imagine every fan went to the Emirates and stayed outside it for 90 minutes.
How long have I been saying that for, Diesel?
Imagine a helicopter flying and the images of 50,000 outside Emirates and the stadium empty. It would have a massive impact. It might not force him to sell, but
you say that. But look, all them protests at Bournemouth, not Bournemouth, Blackpool done against their owner when no one turned up.
Who's that?
They didn't do nothing, did it? They
was doing a
Blackpool
protest.
when they
Claude, very different.
You know what I mean?
We'd be all over the world, Claude. That's the thing.
At the end of the day, if he's not going to walk out if he doesn't get paid his money, is he? He's not going to walk out unless he's going to get.
No, but what it would do, Claude, it would enforce change. If that happened, it would change something. It would be forced to act. He would have to do something because his brand will suffer. Same as hot dogs, burgers, drinks in the stadiums. Right? Was it £10 a burger? Imagine if every fan stopped. I'm telling you, it would have to act. Have to.
But it won't happen because of the corporate side. That's the difference.
You won't get it with this fan base anyway. You won't get it.
Don't care. So the corporate
you won't get it because the problem is we've got a lot of fans from abroad that come to watch games. So whoever doesn't go, someone else will go, and whatever. You won't get a unity with that. You won't get no unity like that at all. It will never happen. It
is a dream. It is a dream. You're right. It is a dream.
We haven't got that passion to do it. We don't have that passion to do that. Our fans haven't got that passion to do that.
Too many little
whether
tips.
you like it or not, that's just the truth.
Exactly. That's why when Roy Keane comes out with the prawn sandwich brigade, I see what he's saying. I agree with that because that's what, as you said, Claude. Until the corporate side. And Turkish said it, I think, in a previous stream. You sell your ticket, or it might have been the earlier streams, earlier on this stream. You sell your ticket. There's always someone who's going to buy it. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's never ending.
Never.
What's the Arsenal waiting list? What, 6-7 year waiting list for tickets? You know,
look at the way our stadium was built, yeah. And you go down the road the way they built their stadium, atmosphere-wise.
Yeah.
We built it to suit corporate. Where Spurs have built it to actually bring an atmosphere to their ground. I hate to say it, but it's true, isn't it, Turkish?
Yeah.
If you look at their ground,
the way they
one tier up, one big tier up, everyone behind. We got like everyone around. It's like ours is more like a theatre, whereas Tottenham looks more like a proper football ground.
Yeah, I get you.
They built it but differently, but we. Hey, do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I understand what you mean about the design. Yeah, I do.
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
it's mad. The thing that I can't get, Turkish, is that. Oh, that Barcelona just got a chance there. Well, no.
It's got to happen.
What's that? Sorry?
Huh? No, it's a shame it won't happen, but there's a lot more we could do as fans. If we were together, I know it's a pipe dream, I get that, and I know why we even... But you know what?
Then again, as I said earlier, Diesel, what's the guarantee that the new owner is going to get the right people, the recruitment, which is what is the problem here, not so much the owner, it's the recruitment staff are going to do their fucking job properly and buy the players and not just buy players to feed agents. There we go.
Because when we protest, right, if we protest, it's going to be Cronky out, right? And we all know that's not going to happen. But if we protested, Claude, and we put over another message, right? Who's to say they wouldn't have to listen to that if there were, this is what I'm saying. The Cronkies aren't going to go. But if we can enforce change in some other way, right? We cared to you, right? There was enough movement created, Turkish, in my opinion, to force them and to force Josh to have come out and said what he said. I think the reason why they done that was because there was a bit of it made the media, it forced them really to act. Yeah. Now imagine that on a bigger scale. What could happen?
It's just a shame.
Sorry, go on, Turkish.
Come on.
No, it's just a shame that what We Care Do You turned out to be. It was built off of arrogance and it was built off of entitlement, and it ended the same in the summer. They come out and acted like that year of change was due to them. That year of change included sacking Emery, moving back from a head coach to a manager, bringing in Willie. I can't believe they came out and supported that year that we've just seen unfold. So here we are lacking a real movement with real, purpose again. I really did believe in We Care Do You because they came just after. Sorry, Claude.
Do you remember under Wenger when we had all these meetings, like the AST meetings?
Yeah.
Do you remember under Wenger when we had the AST meetings?
Yeah.
I think everyone's can you hear me?
You can hear me.
When we had all the AST meetings, and you had to go in there, and you could only ask the question that they wanted to. You had to give them the name your question before you could ask it. Yeah, so they could select. It was all them meetings were a waste of fucking time, And everyone used to sit there and listen to Gazidis and clap him at the end of the. All them years we all sat there and took it. And the moment someone was fucking spoke up against Wenger, told him he called one of the players geriatric, yeah? His season ticket was taken away. Do you remember that, Turkish?
Yeah, I heard of it still. I heard of it. And that shows you, Claude.
So, you know what I mean? It's all...
that
so
shows.
What chance have you got?
It's second to none, basically. We've barely got a chance, And like I said at the beginning of this show, everything is the problem. But the first thing that needs to be fixed is the fan base. Because we can't fix anything else if the fan base don't align. Not unite. Because even there's some fans that I don't want to unite with, I'll be honest. Some of the abuse I got over the last year from some big Arsenal fans, I don't want to know them. I don't care for them. But I'll align with them. I can have the same target as them, but they could be standing 20 meters over there.
Exactly.
That's fine. You know, put the best of the club interest in pole position. Our little
And
tip for
me and you, we've had a bit of a misunderstanding out of hand, didn't it? But you know what I mean. But we made up after that. But you know what I mean, Turkey.
Yeah, but and that shows me that me and you is different.
There are some fans that, you know,
we disagree, Claude, and we make up because we're not about strictly basing an opinion on each other off the back of what I think of Wenger or Emery or what you think of Wenger or Emery or Arsenal. It's life is a lot deeper than our football club or what it is, you know.
Yeah,
like some of the people that use it and you know really use it to knock people, and that's why I stay off Twitter, Claude. You know better than anyone. The reason I stay off Twitter is because it's a vile platform.
Yes. Yeah.
Jeremy Cole, mate. Jeremy Cole shit.
Yeah, it is, and I just believe the fans have to mind first.
There's certain people on there they just.
Yeah, but I think they do it. They do it on purpose.
Well, you know what happened to me. You know what happened to me. That was a witch hunt for me. That was a witch hunt on Twitter for me. They all ganged up against me for no reason at all, and they got what they wanted. That's why I think they're horrible now, and that's why Turkish I won't unite with them.
Yeah,
because of what they done to me, them bastards.
Yeah,
I won't fucking unite with them.
I can understand.
They know who they are. They know who they are. They teamed up with a Tottenham fan, calling me the R word. They called me the R word about a Tottenham player, and they're probably the biggest racists going, half of them. And then yet they wanted to do it not to help Tottenham or anything like that. They wanted it just to get me off the channel. That's why I won't never unite with any of them.
Good. And the best thing you can do, Claude, is mute everyone or try and stay off Twitter, because that's what I do.
Exactly.
And since I've done that, it's been a lot better.
I only go on there now. The only time I go on there is to pay tribute to people that something passed away or something like that. Of course, today, of course, unfortunately, Kenny Sampson's not in a good way. We wish him all the best. And of course, Heavy D, of course, which really took me back. Heavy D. When he died last week, that really took me back. That's the only time I go on there. I won't communicate. The only time is when I'm putting my channel up, and that's it. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Best thing, Claude. Best
nothing
thing. Trust me. Best thing.
We've got a couple of super chat, boys. Me, myself, and I. He's put flyer plane with tons of flyers. Yes, we can. And Brandon, AFC Fan TV, thank you very much for your super chat, mate. He said, do the fans really want change at the club? We all need to put our opinions to one side, wake up and realise Arteta never has been good enough and band together to enforce real change at the club. I get where you're coming from, Brandon. I get where you're coming from, but that's not my opinion. And this is what I love. This is why I love doing this, Turkish, because we don't all have to have the same opinion. But our ultimate goal at the end of the day, like you said, is we all want to be champions and winning things. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's the ultimate goal.
That's it. That's the only goal here.
But Terry, do you think we've moved any further forward? Right, we all wanted Emery out, yeah. Have we moved in that year since Emery's gone? Have we moved any further? I think we've gone backwards. Yeah. I think we've gone back even further.
I think we've gone backwards, and I think we would have went. Me personally, this is what I'm saying, and I don't think people understand why I say it. I think it doesn't matter. Like Turkish said, it does not matter at the moment what manager comes in. You might get a bounce, like we did. We got a bounce, basically. Yes, he got the players playing, and we won the FA Cup and the Charity Shield, right? But it was always going to.
That's what's keeping him.
What's that?
He'd have been out if he didn't win the FA Cup. If he didn't win the FA Cup, he would have been out by now, because that's what is keeping him in.
I don't
because
know.
People see that FA Cup.
If you listen to the stuff that is coming out at the moment when they're saying they're going to back him, they're saying that they actually.
Unlike United, when Van Gaal won the FA Cup, they booted him out.
Sorry, say again.
When Van Gaal won the FA Cup, they booted him out. This lot, but that's just difference. But they think the FA Cup, because we've won the FA Cup, it means we could give him another year. That doesn't go down. That doesn't work with me.
What I think personally is that they know that we are in transition now. That we are in a transition period. Same as United. Let's be honest. United are in the same. I was speaking to a United fan today about the Pogba situation. I mean, you can put that with the Ozil situation at the moment. It's the same sort of thing. The both clubs, like we keep saying, in the 90s, they was, the main two teams. But we're both in transition at the moment. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the answer to Man United problems? We don't know. Yes, we know that we're going to go through a period where they're not going to win. And actually, they've just gone 3-0 down at the moment, just as I speak. So it is 3-0. But they're 3-0 down and they're out and they're coming into the Europa League.
They hit the bar, United. Well, do
you know what? This is my issue.
You sure about
that? Gents.
I must be behind you then.
I've got to head off.
Turkish. Listen,
nice
thank you.
Sorry.
No worries.
Whenever you're free again, mate.
No worries. Come on, Terry Diesel. Thank you, Claude. Lovely as always, man. We'll talk again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Turkish, before you go,
me on your channel.
Plug your channel, mate, just in case there's guys in the chat.
Can you me on your channel one day, Ted?
Yeah, listen, we're going to talk about that after this. I'll give you a call tomorrow or a WhatsApp tomorrow, Claude, and we'll get that sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Diesel, if anyone...
By the way, you're back on that. Are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm meant to be. Are
you doing as your
the supporters club?
Right. Doing a supporters club, aren't you?
Yeah, you're breaking up, mate.
Yeah, supporters club.
Tomorrow or something.
Yeah, that's meant to be back tomorrow. I'm meant to get confirmation, but yeah, supporters club should be back tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Plug your channel, please, just before you go, mate. Just plug your channel.
Good luck with that.
Oh,
Glad you got that back, mate.
400 people watching, mate.
Good.
Thank you, Claude. Thank you, Claude.
I'm glad you got that back.
I'll just put it in there. So it's in the chat now. That's my YouTube channel. It's
anyway,
not the link. It's
cheers, Turkish, mate.
Yeah, subscribe to Turkish, everybody. Please subscribe to him.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Thank you.
All right, top man.
Thank you. Take care of yourself, yeah. And Claude, stay off Twitter. We don't need that. We don't need the app.
We'll keep him off.
By the way, well done on 30K.
Cheers, Turkish.
Well done on 30K, yeah? On to 40 now, yeah?
Thank you, Claude. You're right behind me, mate. We're racing.
Nice one, mate. Top man. Cheers, Turkish. Cheers, mate.
Really good guest. Really good guest. We have to get him back.
He's a top bloke, mate. Speaks a lot of sense. Top bloke. But yeah.
I don't know if you see it earlier on.
I didn't hear what he said at the end. I didn't hear because it all cut out. What did
Yeah, you was breaking up, Claude. We couldn't hear you.
I didn't hear what he said at the end. What did he say?
He said
he loves you.
Really reach you for right behind him. I don't know if you see it earlier, but the PSG game's been suspended.
Yeah, I heard something about that. Was it Demba Ba got sent off?
The fourth official have called him a racial comment, a fourth official, and he was on the bench.
Oh, really?
He was on the bench.
Right.
They've all kicked off on the sidelines, and then they both teams walked off, and it's been suspended. So God knows what's going to happen there, mate.
Well, let's see what the punishment's going to be, mate. Because I can guarantee you, it's not going to be anywhere as severe as what it needs to be.
They're saying
you know what you UEFA will take 3 points off the Turkish team. That's all. That's all they do.
Yeah.
For walking off. They're not interested in that.
Going to be offside. I think
apparently you've got to stay on the pitch. According to UEFA.
No, listen.
I'll make your mind up.
It's no penalty. It's been disallowed. Sorry, Diesel.
3-0, you said.
3-0, yeah. 3-0 to the line.
What's been...
Barcelona had a chance to have a penalty, but it's been disallowed because there was a player offside.
What's been disallowed then? Because it's still 3.
No, in the Barcelona Juve game. Can you hear me?
What's the score in that one, mate? Because I've lost all of that.
It's a 3-0 Juventus.
No, that was a good chat. I cut out at the end. I couldn't hear what I was saying. Oh, brilliant. See that? Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Well done, Juve. I couldn't hear half the stuff I was in the end. I fucking this fucking thing here. I don't know what. I think because I've got 2 devices on here. That's why.
Oh, is that what it is?
2 devices, this fucking thing don't work.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Diesel? Anyway, sorry, mate, I cut you off.
He said he's going to put a thing in. He said he's going to put an Ethernet that will make it go quicker. An Ethernet.
Yeah, an Ethernet.
What is this Ethernet? Mate. He said he's going to put an Ethernet cable that straight up.
Yeah. Has he done that yet, Claude? Has he done that yet? Has he done that yet? He's not put the Ethernet.
No, he's going to do that this week. But
all right.
No, he's going to put it in this week. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. So he's going to put an Ethernet cable in. I don't know what that means.
To address this, Joe, he said,
so they make it go quicker. Or
can I go around spreading that rumour to everyone? I'm only telling you what everyone put in the comments, mate. Joe, that's all I'm doing. I've got no commentary on whatsoever. So I'm going by what you are telling me in the chat. And that's what everyone in the chat was saying.
Yeah.
What's that?
Come out.
4-0 Juventus. 4-0 Juventus against Barcelona.
What was he talking about? What's in the chat? What was he talking about?
No. He was saying what he said is that Terry, if someone tells me,
sorry, mate, go on.
Terry, if someone tells me you're a racist, can I go around spreading that rumor to everyone? And I said, well, I didn't say that. I'm just going by what everyone else in the chat said because we've got no commentary on the TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, listen, it's things like that. Obviously, we got the game on, but obviously, due to copyright and stuff, we can't have the volume on. So, you guys in the chat who are probably watching it and can hear it as well, we rely on you guys to let us know what's going on. But I suppose.
There you go, Diesel.
Yeah, cheers, Kelly. Thank you. 4th official racially abused.
Football's a funny game, isn't it? Football is a funny game.
I thought it was Demba Ba. Was it? Oh, he must have been on the bench next to him, probably, obviously, in defence of him. I can only imagine. I've not seen it, mate. I can only imagine that's what he's done.
As I said, I'm only going by what people said in the chat, Diesel. I mean, you know as well as anyone is that we can't hear it.
Yeah.
But the thing is now, what they'll say is one against the other, unless they catch the thing.
Hey, Claude, one for you. Ethernet.
Let me
Ethernet.
come in and out of this 1 minute.
All right, mate.
All right, mate. Oh, it's still 3-0 Juve. 3-0 Juve. It was offside.
Right, so what was you saying earlier on about Man United? Are they out of the Champions League?
They're out, yeah. They're in the Europa League now.
Wow.
They're in the Europa League now, yeah. Yeah, they're in the Europa League. They dropped down.
Well, they lost 3-0. Was it 3-0?
Well, they're losing 3-0, yeah.
They're not out yet. They can still get through.
Well, I doubt it. They can't get through now, can they? They're going to score 3
It depends. No, they're not out yet. If they get 4.
Oh, so if they score 3 goals in the next 15 minutes.
West Ham did it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go, Claude. Ethernet is the cable directs from the router to the computer and get Virgin Media.
Yeah. I think it's one that comes off the road. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, once you got that, mate, it should be a lot better. It's a wired connection, Claude. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, do you know, listen, I thought that was brilliant, boys, earlier on. What I could hear anyway, with obviously, you two in Turkish, I thought that was absolutely brilliant and absolute coup for the channel.
Fantastic person.
Yeah, he's a lovely bloke. And Turkish has always been on the same thing for the last couple of years. It's always been about the board, and he's never wavered from that. Respect to him for that.
Oh, it's 3-1. 3-1. It's 3-1. Is it 3-1?
Is it 3-1?
No, it ain't.
United game. It's come up on the chat. 3-1.
I'm looking at you, then Claude, then you. It's like I'm watching a tennis match. I'm like that.
3-0. 3-0. 3-0, Claude.
Seamus. Oh, brilliant.
Hey?
It's 3-0.
I've got to come out. I'll come out a minute and come back in. I'll come back.
All right, mate. United have conceded 3 or more goals in consecutive Champions League games for the first time since April 2003.
Wow. Records are being broken everywhere, aren't they? Oh, let's go on.
Unbelievable. This is what I'm saying. How can you go and look? Not that I'm knocking, but how can you go and beat PSG the way they did? Who was the other one? Was it RB Leipzig?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Two of the. Let's be honest, the best. The 2 best teams in that group.
Yeah. It just shows you, doesn't it? What I'm trying to say, Diesel, it just shows you that the players that Man United have got and all are too inconsistent. They're not world-class players. They've got world-class players in there, but they're not playing as a team or as a unit. Yeah,
you know, I think a lot of it is to do with Intel. He's another one, Solskjaer. They can turn it on. I mean, look at the game. I mean,
man, you've got a penalty, Diesel. Sorry, mate.
Have that? Is it still 3-0?
It's still 3-0. It's still 3-0, but they've got a penalty. They've got
right, okay. Ah,
it's 79.
Claude might be right then.
He predicted that in the future.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, good question, Conwis. Banstas question. If you had to sign one player outside the top 6 teams, who would it be?
He's gone into United. Gone into him.
Yeah, it weren't a penalty, but Diesel, it's 3-1 there, mate. It's 3-1. Go on, what was you going to say, Diesel?
Who scored? Sorry.
Fernandez.
Fernandes. Oh, sorry. I'm so stupid. You said a penalty. Who takes them all their penalties? Sorry.
I was going to say, come on, Diesel, it's a penalty.
Oh, no, I'm an actual Bond. Oh, dear. Good question, Estelle. Who do you reckon? Mate.
If you had to sign one player outside the top 6 teams, well, it's easy for me. Grealish.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
It's easy.
So I thought, no, are they in the top 6? No. I think they're in about 12 or 13. I think they're 12 or 13th or something. Do you know what?
I can't hear you, boys.
You can't hear us, Claude.
Can you hear us?
No?
Can you hear us?
Can't hear you.
Claude, can you go on your phone? Go on your phone. Can you go on your... Okay. Yeah, seeing as you've got Grealish, I've got to pick someone else. I'd said Grealish, mate. I've always liked Lewis Dunk, mate. I just think at a better club, a bigger club. I think he'd do really well, mate. He's just one of those throwback, big lump centre half, and I'd put him alongside Gabriel. I think them two together would really suit. So I'd pick, if I could have picked Grealish, mate, I'd pick Lewis Dunk. I still think we need a quality centre half. If not, bring back Saliba in January. If at all, I really would, mate. I really would. But
listen, if anyone knows, because I don't know what the score was in the under-21s, was it tonight? Martinelli played and Saliba played. So if anyone knows any information, what the score was, let us know, please, and let us know if he got the whole game. Martinelli.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Real Madrid. Yeah, I think they'll drop down as well. Do you know what? Right, there's a
Thank you, Mohammed.
With these teams dropping down, mate. I'll tell you what, the Europa League probably looks a lot more exciting this season than the Champions League, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
They're checking. It's 2. They pulled another one back, United.
You're joking.
They're just checking. I don't know what they're checking for. I think that's going to be given. It's got to be given.
Arsenal Manic. Stop trolling. Where's that comment? Claude, if you're watching this, mate, if you're still here, thanks, Sports. Claude, restart your router.
Sorry, mate. It's a goal. 3-2.
3-2.
Game
Do you
on.
know what? It's so jammy, this club, honestly. They'll probably get the third and all. Tell him to switch it off for a minute and switch it back.
Sorry,
That's all, mate. Yeah, if you're watching Claude, restart your router. See if that works. Normally does.
Kelly's saying 3-0 on the under-21s. Did he score, Kelly? Do you know? Or how do you know if they played?
And did he play the whole game? Isn't it Rob Wood? Claude and Tech. It's like chalk and cheese, isn't it, Rob? Yeah, that's a shout. Calvin Phillips, good player at Leeds. Yeah, good player. Yeah, Fwet said it as well.
Oh, right. Well,
Do you know what?
That he played 45 minutes, but we lost 3-0.
Oh, okay.
What you got to say,
Lone Star's put Richard. Do you know what? I don't get the hype about this player. I just don't see it. He's okay. He's not rubbish, but for me, he's just that. He's okay. I don't get the hype with him. I really don't.
Oh, apparently he put Saliba got sent off and all.
No, I've just seen that. Yeah, Ben Dover's put it in as well. Look. Hello, Ben. I've never ever watched any of your videos. I promise. Dominic Buckner as well. Saliba got sent off. At least he's showing passion, Till. We could do a bit of that. Oh, good shout. Lamptey. Yeah, good shout. Do you know what? Yeah, right back. More pressing for me than a centre half at the moment. I'll probably. Lamptey's looking quality, isn't he? Can attack, can defend, knows how to cross the ball. Yeah, good shout. Good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout. Maddison. Well, Leicester are fourth. So, yeah, outside the top six. Yeah, another one. Yeah, I think he's overrated, Rob. I don't see it. I've heard people go mad about him. I just don't see it. I don't get it.
I don't either.
Do you know what? James Dunlop, right? James, if you were still in the chat, what's your take on him? Because I know you're an Everton fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to get his take on it. Alex is on dunk. Tyrone Mings, good shout. Nice one. Yeah, I rate him. I do rate Mings.
James is in. Oh, sorry.
Go on, mate.
Go on.
Richarlison has the ability to become a much better player. For us, apart from Calvert-Lewin, he is our most important player. Yeah? Now, look, you watch him every week, mate. Yeah. James, what's your take on Rodriguez? I'd be interested to know what your take is on him. Let me know. What do you guys think of Liverpool's backup? Yeah, Kelleher he has been the surprise of the season. Boris. Seamus, when I first saw him, he looked so young, and I just thought, I don't know about this because he looks young. He looks it and all, but I'm used to seeing Alisson. Alisson's a lump, isn't he? He's a big lump. He's tall. He's a presence. I saw Kelleher. He didn't really look like a presence to me, but I will say this: he's played very, very well. Fair play.
Well, at the moment, it looks like Man United, Dynamo Kiev, Club Brugge are all coming into the Europa League.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment. It don't look like a lot can change either, apart from the Man United game. They need one more goal in just under 3 minutes of normal time. They had a good chance there, but it's gone miles over the bar.
Yeah, I think Terry and I would both agree with you on that, mate. Lone Star. Makes a change, mate, doesn't it? It's normally the other way round, Lone Star. Bless you.
Oh, right, we've got a chance here. Oh, that was too greedy, but he's still got a chance. Just inside the box, cross comes back. Nah, no way.
Oh, here we go, James. He's done okay, but he's tailed off like the team in general has. We need better players still with him, then Sigurdsson, Iwobi, and some of the Deadwood.
Well, same situation as us then, James.
I don't know, James. You still happy with Ancelotti, mate? What's the issue? Like, what do you think it is? Because I love Ancelotti. I think he's a top manager. But let's make no mistake, you guys have tailed off in recent weeks. What is it? What is it?
Going on by that, I mean, next game, I think Everton's got Chelsea. We've got Burnley, right? Now, I'm not saying in no means that we're going to win against Burnley, because the way we've been playing at the moment, we don't know which Arsenal side is going to turn up, let's be honest. But if we do beat Burnley, and obviously Everton's going to have a really hard game against Chelsea, let's be honest. Chelsea are playing really well at the moment.
Yeah.
We could go a point behind them. I'm sure it's a point behind them. I'm sure it's a point behind them. Let me just check, because I want to be correct on that. Everton, yeah, so we can go a point behind them. Now, what I was trying to explain earlier on was, yes, if Arteta gets sacked, which, could well happen. If we bring in an elite manager like Ancelotti, who's had a chance at Everton at the moment, got that little bit of a win at the beginning. They was, 3 weeks, 4 weeks on a trot. They won. They was doing really well. They was top of the league, and now it's tailing off. That could well happen at Arsenal. Let's not get it twisted. I mean, this elite manager could come in with this group of players we've got, win the first 3 games, and then start going backwards again.
No, I think a better manager, a more experienced. Because let's be honest, Arteta's been naive. Many games this season, I think even you would have to agree with me on that. When you look at some of the in-game management, the subs, the lack of subs, the timing of the subs, the lineup. We keep moaning about Bellerin and Xhaka and all these players here, but sooner or later, you got to take the blame off them. They're not picking themselves. You have to look at the man who's doing it, and Arteta has been naive. I know he's new, he's learning on the job, but the mess that the way this club is intel, we can't afford to give that job to a man who's learning on the job. You can't. It's so risky, such a risk, I think Claude was saying it earlier on about the relegation. Listen, we're not too good to go down, Till. I genuinely believe that.
No one ever.
We have no God-given right yet to stay in this league, right? And I'm not saying we are going to, right? But I'm not going to sit here and say Arsenal never, no chance. We're too big for that. Nah, that mentality is what sometimes gets you. Do you know what I'm saying? And no, fair play, James. Fair play. The thing is, with Ancelotti, right? I suppose a lot of Everton fans, yourself, James, yeah, you're going for a bit of a bad run, but you've got confidence in him that he's going to turn that around because he's proven it everywhere he's been. And I think that's what it comes down to, isn't it?
But it's not a given.
No, it's not a given. It's not a given. But that's saying, isn't it? Been there, done that. Bought the T-shirt. I think it's that sort of thing, Tel, where he's been here before. He knows, he sees the signs, he knows what he's got to do to turn it round. I look at Arteta, I don't think he knows what to do to turn it around. I think that's the difference.
Well, if you listen to what like I've been trying to say the whole time, and Turkish said it, it's come out of Arteta's mouth. He's come out on his last interview and said he needs 5 or 6 players to come in to play the system that he wants to do. And like Turkish said, that was a roundabout way of saying that these players we've got at this club at the moment are just not good enough to do what he wants them to do. He's not going to come out and directly say that, and I totally understand why he's not going to say that and do that. But he basically said, "Oh my God, that was unlucky. Ball just come across in the last minute of injury time, 4 minutes." Diesel. He come out. Yeah. He's come out and said that. So, and he come out and, like, quite rightly, like you said, he's come out and said that the board are backing him, or they backed him the last window. Let's see if we do get there in the January transfer window, if they do back him again with like the two players that I keep saying that we desperately need in January.
Listen, anyone who thinks we're going to make signings in January, I think you're mad. I can't see that. We've seen the story too many times. We've watched this film too many times. I cannot see it. Notoriously difficult transfer, the January one. We struggle in summer, let alone January. You know, especially if you want top quality players. I can't see it. I really can't. Tony Rolfe put a comment in the stream earlier on.
That's it. He's also game over. Man United are out.
They're out.
They're out. They're in the Europa League.
Oh, there you go. Ollie Out Brigade will be out on full force tonight on the social media circuit, wouldn't it? But you know, but Tony was saying about, you know, we depend heavily on our match day revenue and income and stuff like that. You know, and as much as I personally believe, you know, we've got money here, but look, you know, of course we have, but they'll use that they'll use that as well. You know, what do you expect? You know, we've not had fans in the stadiums for God knows how long. We rely on match day revenue. We haven't been able to do this or do that. Right? You know, January will come. We won't get anyone until, you know, but what we'll hear is there'll be a war chest in the summer, right? Yeah. You know, and then closer as the summer comes closer, there'll be, you know, those fake stories in the media. Arsenal have only got 35 million to spend. I mean, come on, we get that every single summer, don't we?
And people go about it.
Yeah. Have you only got 35 million? What is all this about? No, I'm not having it. I'm not, you know, come on. It happens. Exactly, mate. Exactly.
And Claude's just coming back. I need to shoot off, mate. As you know, sorry, mate. I need to shoot off.
I think downstairs I've got the things. I had to go and get them to switch it on again. I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
Well, they switched it off, Claude.
Your picture looks
What's the score in the United game?
Oh, they're out. They got 2 goals back. Hey? It was 3-2 in the end.
3-2, Claude.
What's the Juventus score?
They won 3-0.
Fucking, they nearly done it, United, didn't they then? 3-2. Yeah. Was it that close then?
Right at the end, it was, yeah. They got 2 quick goals in 2 goals within 5 minutes of each other. So, but they're out and they're in the Europa League now, mate.
Look at this, look.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
On the other game, though. If the other game gets played, don't the other game have to be played, though?
No, it don't matter.
The other game has to be played, though, doesn't it?
I think they're out. I think it just gets suspended, and they
don't. No, because if they lose PSG, they might have to replay that game, though.
No, I think they put it down as a draw. Well, at the moment, with the tables they've got on the screen, PSG have got 10, and Man United have got 9 points. So I don't know, but
but that will be. They won't just fucking. They'll replay that game. No.
At the moment, Man United are in 3rd place on 9 points. Paris Saint-Germain in 2nd on 10, and RB Leipzig top the group on 12 points. And they've all played 6 games, so they put it down as a draw by the looks of it.
Massive big up to Alex's missus. Last radiotherapy for my missus on Monday after 5 weeks of constant treatment. Alex,
brilliant
approaching the finish line, mate. Nice one. Give her all our best, yeah. Top man. Nice one,
Listen,
mate. Good
boys,
to hear.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
shoot
all
off.
the best, Alex.
Carry on, Diesel.
Yeah, no, I've had a long day. I've had that. I've done that. All that.
I need to eat. I need to eat.
You need to
Properly.
eat.
Yeah.
We're going to call it a night. Listen, thank you very much,
Need to
everyone.
eat more. Yeah.
You're on that seafood diet again, ain't you? I know.
You know what I mean?
I can't wait.
I'm on the same diet as Claude.
I don't know.
Listen, I want to say thank you to everyone that's come over and watched us tonight in the chat. Really appreciate it. Great family over here. Really appreciate everything. The super chats. Big up to Turkish. Turkish is a lovely fella. Hopefully we get him on again soon. Great. It was a great chat with him.
Tomorrow.
I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll sort it out after. Listen, if you don't know already, go and subscribe to our channel. We're nearly up to 30k now. We are on the road. Let me just bring it up and have a look.
We're getting there, people. We're getting there.
We are.
Oh,
we
Flo,
are.
super chat. Oh, don't know.
Oh,
Flo comes in with a super chat. You've got to take it. Especially from Flo. Where's it gone?
We are 703 people away now from reaching the 30k mark. Unbelievable. I mean, how quick that came up is unbelievable. We can only thank you because, like I keep saying, without you, we haven't got a channel. So thank you very much.
Facts. Facts.
How many are we short now?
703.
How many we got? 29,293 or something, isn't it?
29,297.
I can't hear it. I can't hear you. Sorry.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you very much. Like I said, everyone, really appreciate it. Don't forget to go and subscribe to the channel. Go and subscribe to the channel. Put your notification bell on so whenever we go out late or whenever we're going out, you will get the notification to say that we're going live. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, share our content, get the word out there. The more that you can get the word out there, the more that we can grow. It just helps us out.
Yeah.
But like I said, thank you very much. Go on, Diesel.
And that comment from Flo, I'm assuming that's aimed at Claude. Go throw the leg over, lads. He has been Flo. Don't worry about that, mate. Wheelchair sales are at an all-time high. So, yeah. Ray Flo, haven't seen you in a while, mate. Big up yourself. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Chris Davidson, thank you very much. The signature. Thank you. Brilliant. You guys. Winter Surfer. Oh, my God. I love it, mate. Thank you.
Right,
Cheers,
see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Later on.